Alright guys, it is your usual wonderful host, Filthy Rake, joined by the one and only Freedom for some more PSIStorm Gaming Starcraft 2 League action. Our first match of the evening is going to be a game on Deadwing between MygraiN and Draven. MygraiN, of course, is our GM player who is off racing as Terran to try to make this a little more interesting for other players.
Yeah, indeed. He's this is a week 10 game, so we're gonna go get it started.
Alright. Now, I mean, I think it's probably safe to say that he's a tad bit, MygraiN that is a tad bit favored. Uh-oh. I'm no longer in the game.
Okay, let's restart it. That's weird. Did you get booted?
Yeah, I don't know. I got the screen and then it just dropped me back out.
Yeah, let me...
I'll
yeah, it
host.
says...
I'll invite you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, whoops. I picked
Yeah, it's
wrong.
weird. It says left the game.
Alright, so we said MygraiN versus Draven.
Yeah, we can do any order actually, but
Right.
that we
We'll
can
stick
start
with
with that.
one. But yeah, I mean, in this game, I feel like MygraiN's probably a tad bit favored here.
Yeah, there's about 2-3 levels there of the, league difference, so you could say that.
Alright, we're just gonna restart this here. Which is, of course, not to say anything bad against Draven. He is a fine player and a great addition to the league, but MygraiN is just, I mean, even his Terran has got to be high masters.
Oh yeah. Indeed it is.
So hopefully we'll get this loaded back up here momentarily. Come on, progress bar, you can do it. Man, maybe this is why I got kicked. There we go. Alright guys, go ahead and introduce our players here. In the top left position as the red Terran player, it is MygraiN. And his opponent in the bottom right as the blue Zerg, it is Draven. Draven asking for a little bit of special consideration here. Oh man. Nothing too crazy, obviously, at this point from either player. This is a large map, so I would be surprised if they did anything too goofy. Well, there's a scout going out from Draven. Nothing from MygraiN yet. Are you surprised to see him not scouting at this point?
Yeah, I mean, he's not sending a drone out. It's kind of a big map. He's trying to maximize, his efficiency here, I guess, with mining. But if I was him, I'd do a one base all in. Basically a Baneling bust. That's basically what I'd do, just because it's a big map. You could catch him off guard, and to me, it's the best way to win against this guy.
So don't you feel like because this map is so big, by the time any sort of crazy one base all-in got across the map, that would kind of buy MygraiN enough time anyway?
If he scouts it, yeah. But there is a Baneling bust build you can do off one base that you really, because you are dealing with speedlings. They'll get there and then boom. Next thing you know, Banelings are forming and it's busting in there. So there's a window you can do that as long as MygraiN doesn't see it with his Reaper or whatever in time. But that's not what he's doing, so it doesn't really matter. He's doing a regular 2-base hatch, well, pool hatch opening.
Yep. And MygraiN playing this pretty safe here. He's got an SCV scout going out, and his Reaper is about to finish and start moving out across the map. And I do have to assume that this SCV here is going to start building his command center, though I'm hoping that he continues to play it safe and builds it up on the high ground.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you could do that, but no gas here for Zerg, so he can easily take one, maybe even two bases if he wants. If there's no pressure here and you have the Reaper scouting and seeing no gas, you're under zero threat of
Sure,
anything.
the trick is just that he hasn't seen it yet, you know? This is his Reaper just now. This is his first scout.
Yeah, he's gonna see double gas, which is unusual.
I said, you know, just putting that CC on the low ground, I mean, while it turned out to be safe, man,
There you go.
I'd be nervous about it. Wow, and loses the Reaper.
Yeah, very unusual to lose the Reaper. It's also unusual to get 2 gas and not mine him yet. Well, there he goes. He's doing like the Protoss thing where you have two
in each.
That's really weird. I don't know of any build of this.
And, you know, quick factory follow-up here. With a reactor on the barracks, I'm going to assume that MygraiN is probably going to float the factory onto that reactor and pump out double Hellions.
Oh, there you go. He gets the one drone. That makes 2 total drones killed. He has 3 queens right up front. Ideally, you want to have one of each and then one kind of moving around, spreading creep, you know?
Sure, well, yeah, there's no queen in his main to inject.
But, you know, I guess MygraiN has been bitten once already, lost a Reaper. You may not want to venture back. Kind of a gamble for faster creep spread, I guess. And he's going to take a third. Oh, no, he's making a Roach Warren. So I think he's doing his patented Draven Roach timing 1-1. The only problem I have with the patented Draven Roach timing is the very low drone count.
Yeah.
Like he does it with.
Well, I said, you know, and just, you know, not having that queen in the main injecting larva
Yeah,
is really going to hurt his production ability.
Yeah, that's pretty big oversight. He also makes a very early spore, which, you know, you really only need for mines or, you know, Banshee, which shouldn't come this early. So I think his timings are way off. Not especially with 4 queens right up front, man.
There are not going to be any Hellion run-bys, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's pretty big oversight. You have your main not having a queen injecting, so maybe the nerves playing this guy is getting to him.
Sure. Well, I mean, you know, that will happen when you're up against what could easily be perceived as a significantly more skilled opponent, right?
Yep. He's assembling more and more Hellions here. Unusually, he doesn't lose that Overlord. MygraiN kind of forgets about it. He was shooting it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. Oh, okay, here comes the double eBays. You know, the downside to MygraiN's build here is he's getting these eBays a little bit late, which means there's no armory yet. There you go, he does get that Overlord. But the lack of an armory means that's all the more time he has to spend before he can turn those Hellions into Hellbats.
And look at this, dude. This is so weird. He injects the main, then goes back home. Goes back down. It's as if he's like, hey, I need all the forces up front.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be worried about a big push, but, I mean, there's not enough stuff here to actually do a big push. And especially with all those roaches, I mean, he's fine.
Yeah, he also has a ton of minerals that he hasn't spent yet, so I don't know if he's banking to make a lot of roaches, or he's just macro neglecting it right now. There you go, he's putting 3rd.
Yep, and just pretty standard play here out of MygraiN, and you know, not going too far down any of the paths. You know, he's not going full on mech or anything like that.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to be critical of MygraiN here too, man. Look at this, 23 SCVs at the front and only 8 in the back. Of course, some are building stuff, but
yeah, it's definitely, well, it's because he got really supply blocked, so he just pulled a lot of workers off. But I mean, that, you know, also shouldn't happen. This 3rd has been done for a while and is just now moving over to get taken.
Maybe he has his own nerves to deal with.
Well, you know, I mean, he's playing a race that he doesn't play all that often. There we go. Here's the big worker transfer down to this 3rd. I mean, on the plus side, right? You know, this is basically instant saturation for this base.
Yep. That's like a Protoss trick, I think. I see a lot of Protoss pooling a lot of probes,
Yep, that is a
then
pretty
boom.
common one. And I mean, looks like this is going to be pretty bio heavy here for MygraiN overall. A lot of barracks being built. Meanwhile, boy, man, Draven is just going all in on those roaches, huh?
Yeah, I mean roaches are great until bio catches up to you, meaning they're upgraded. There's medivacs on them, and a big ball of them. They're just bio's just way better. But if he hits now, he has a chance to do some damage. He has to go now though.
Yeah, he's
He
ahead in
re-
upgrades, but not for much longer.
yeah, he revealed his presence. He needs to go hit and
And
punish.
there is a double drop happening here, one up at the north, as well as one at the south. So he's going to try to hit multiple bases at the same time. Meanwhile, though, this roach force is pretty scary.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough at home. Draven, if he is lucky, he'll go in, crush this force, go to production, and he can actually win this game. But of course, he doesn't have map hack.
Now, hopefully, MygraiN will morph his Hellions into Hellbats. He does have an armory. He can do it.
Oh, Draven's kinda... He has a huge army lead here, but now the drop is in, and it's gonna cause a distraction. There's 2 drops.
Yep, now he is going to clean up the one. He lost the queen, but he picked off the medevac and most of the units. However, the one in the main is getting a lot of damage. All of the mining has been denied, and he might actually get the hatch here. Meanwhile, the roaches are moving into the natural. This is going to be a tough one. MygraiN has not converted his Hellions into Hellbats.
He's not making anything.
Boys.
And he's not making anything, though, too, at home. So he's busy. He's really tied up with this roach push that gets surrounded.
Yeah, and I mean, he should be able to clean this up. Relative ease. Meanwhile, this drop in the main, I mean, he's going to get the lair.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, he just cleaned that up. That was probably much closer than he would have preferred, and he's down to 25 drones.
25 drones, 26 lost. But, MygraiN did lose 18 SCVs.
Yeah, but MygraiN still has 61. He can
Yep.
afford to lose them.
Yep.
And hopefully he will re-land his command center here, so he stops long-distance mining. I don't think he's realized that the creep has cleared away. Meanwhile, he does have another drop coming in here. I think he wants to finish off this base.
Indeed. That's gonna go down, man. Only 500 hit points.
Yeah,
Unless the
meanwhile, he's
reaction
actually
is
just-
fast.
He's actually just moving across the map with the rest of his forces as well.
Yeah, dude. This may be the push of death. The GG push. Yeah, 2 queens are bold here.
Yep, and unfortunately, I mean, he lost one of the queens, but he does push the drop away. But meanwhile, this force out front is, 84 against 32. This is a pretty big one, and there's no speed. I mean, his force is R22, however, so he does still have the upgrade lead for a little while.
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive to have that lead. However, this ledge is a problem for Zerg, which MygraiN doesn't really care about. He'll fight on
He's just
creep.
gonna walk up. There we go. There's the GG.
That's gonna do it.
And MygraiN continues his streak of being untouchable.
Yes, indeed he does. That's a week 10 game, so we'll move on to the others.
All right, who do we have next?
According to my notes, we have an Agent Orange game that we can cast, and it's actually Agent Orange and MygraiN again.
Alright,
So
well,
let me load that one.
Yeah, let's get into that.
So that one, Agent Orange is a step, a league higher than Draven. So this might be, a closer game. Although the last game wasn't incredibly too far off.